Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be super exciting. If you can tell by the title of the video, we are going to be reading, little drum roll, dun, 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 Iron Flame. I went out and got this baby this morning, bright and early, and I am so excited to read this. This is the second book in, I believe it's technically called the Empyrean series. So following Fourth Wing, which was obviously a very, very hyped up book, a very well loved, I will say, book. I also loved it as well. It wasn't like an all-time favorite, like 5-star, like crazy loved it. Like some other books that I have, I did really enjoy it. So I'm really excited to get to this. So my little game plan for the day. So I'm gonna go sit down and watch a couple like recap videos from Fourth Wing. I read it back in September, so really not that long ago, but I feel like I forget things really easily, so I'm gonna get my head back in the groove of Fourth Wing world, and then I'm just gonna read all day long. I'm a server, so weekends are kind of my weekdays, so I have today and tomorrow off, so I really just plan on reading this baby the whole time. And I'm gonna give my warning right now, since this is the second book in the series, that this is gonna be a full spoilery reading vlog, which I love to watch. But if you haven't read Fourth Wing or you don't want to be spoiled for anything, I would probably not watch this. I'm really excited, and let's get to reading. Okay, I'm only like 4 pages in, but the text in this book compared to the first one is really small. It's a bit smaller and it's a lot longer, so I'm kind of scared. Okay, this angle is a little bit on the rough side. But I'm on chapter 4, I'm like 30 pages in. It's taking a really long time to read just because like the pages are so huge. And I thought that about the first book too, but now that the font is smaller, it's taking like, I swear, like 5 minutes for me to read a single page. So it's taking a little bit, but it's good so far. But I just want to pop in and say, maybe Violet's mom is making a turn for the better. So they just got back to the war college. I think it's Basgiath, but I'd say Basgiath. Just got back. Everybody thought that they were dead, but they're not. No, it's kind of awkward because they just called out their names on the death toll. But Miss Sorrengail, the general, Violet's mother, is seeming kind of proud of her daughter for coming back. So I don't know. She was a bit cunty in the first one, I will say. Yeah, we'll see. But maybe she's not so bad after all. Hey, Violet is officially a second year. Woo-woo. My gripe with these books is like the writing is a little bit really cheesy sometimes. I'm on chapter 5. This is Writer's Party as hard as we fight, and we fight pretty damn hard. It's just like some of this writing makes me roll my eyes, but it's still good nonetheless. So first year just came and killed Nadine. Just snapped her like a twig. Good morning, you guys. It is the next day and I wanted to do a update on how the book is going, what I'm thinking so far. So I said this in my last video, but I feel like it usually takes me around 100 pages of like any book to really get into it and actually like want to keep reading it. Otherwise I feel like I'm just sludging through the first 100. I don't know if anybody else is like that. Iron Flame, I got to page 100 yesterday. That's where I decided to stop, and I am liking it so far. Again, the writing is really not good. Like, it really makes me roll my eyes a little bit. Like, other than that, 100 pages in, and I feel like nothing is really happening right now, but stuff might be happening. I'm not sure. I don't really know what's happening right now. That's one thing that just happened. Atos, Dane's dad, sent like an assassin first year to kill Violet. But then they ended up killing Nadine because Nadine said that she was Violet. Like, dummy. So then she died, and then Violet killed the assassin. Yeah, I'm 100 pages in, and like I said, I feel like nothing is really happening, but like it's only 100 pages in, and this book is super long, like 620 pages or something. And that's another thing I'll say is it's taking me a really long time to read these pages, and I think I've said that in a clip before, but like it's just taking me a really long time to read, which is like whatever. It's like when I can move fast, you know? Like the pages are so long, like physically long, and then the font is so tiny, so it just takes a while. But I feel like I'm like more used to the not so great writing and the font size now that I'm 100 pages in, so maybe it'll move a little bit faster. That's kind of what I notice when I'm reading. I have the day off today and it's like really gloomy and cloudy out today, which is very good for reading. All I have to do today, I have to go to the dentist in like an hour. And then I just need to pick up a few groceries for myself. Honestly, that is really all I have to do. I'm alone in my apartment today, so a better way to spend it than reading this book. The updates as I go, but that is how the first day went. Okay, so Violet is talking to Bodhi and he's saying like how much Zayden cares about her and he hasn't cared about anyone like this, not even like Catriona. So that should be interesting. But I wanted to take this opportunity to say, do we think that Zayden is going to be endgame? Because I don't know. You know, first book, I think there's supposed to be like 5 in the series. I also feel like Zayden could have like a redemption arc. I don't know. I just like don't see him as like wanting to really hurt Violet. I know what he did was wrong, but I'm like, did he really know like what he was doing? Like, was he just under the influence of his father? I don't know. I feel like I could see redemption there. I think that Zayden is endgame. Myself, not that I don't hope it isn't, or not that I don't hope he's not, like, there'd be no tension. Do you guys know what I'm saying? Like, if this is really like the guy, then we're stuck with it for 5 books. Like, what's gonna happen if there's 5 books of them? I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Somebody's in my spot, aren't you? Yes.
I'm still looking rough. I just got back from the dentist. This whole side of my mouth is currently numb. I really want some hot chocolate, but I don't think I'm supposed to have like hot stuff on my lip or on my tooth for a little while because of the fluoride. I'll make some later. I'll show you what I do. But I am gonna get back to Iron Flame. I am currently on page 122, chapter 13, number 13. And I want to set a timer and see how much I can read for, or how many pages I can read for 60 minutes, or maybe even just 30. Because like I said, I'm taking a little bit, so I'm just curious about how many pages I can read in an hour with this specific book. So I might do that. Uh-oh, looks like we got captured for SC. Forgot what that stands for. What was it? Better safety class? No, it definitely wasn't that. I don't know. Okay, my recorded hour is up and I read a total of 31 pages. Woo, baby. 31 pages in an hour. Usually I read a little bit faster than that. I was a little distracted, but for the most part, I was reading the whole time. So you can see like how slow this is going for me. I hope I'm not the only one that this is happening to. Okay guys, this is how dark it is in my apartment right now. It is so gloomy outside. We're gonna make some hot cocoa because I'm all clean and ready to go. First step is finding a mug. I don't know if I want to pull out the Christmas mugs quite yet. This cutie yellow one that my mommy got me. I like my hot cocoa with almond milk or whatever milk, I guess. Really isn't like super innovative. Fill her up and I'm just gonna put it in the good old microwave. And then I've got some Swiss Miss, some mini marshmallows. Yay. Okay, nice and warm. I want it to fill the whole top. Isn't that just perfect? Alrighty, I guess we're gonna get back into this thing. I got a candle going, some ambiance, and my hot cocoa. So let's get back to it. One thing, I can't believe how dark it is right now. It's 5:45 and it's like pitch black outside. I wanted to say that I feel like there's a lot of characters in these books that I don't really remember. I'm on page 185 and they're talking about Aurelie, A-U-R-E-L-I-E, Aurelie, when she like fell and died. Who was that? Like, am I forgetting something really big that happened? Like, I feel like there's so many characters. I'm like, who are you? Like, what happened with you? Am I supposed to remember who this person is? Jamie's reading with me. So maybe I'm wrong about Dane because he just challenged Violet on the mat. So that was not very cool. Good morning, you guys. It is the next day. I got a decent amount through Iron Flame yesterday, so I left off on page 241 on chapter 26. What just happened? Oh, woo! Jack Barlow is back to life, I guess. So that's who Nolan the healer had been healing this whole entire time while he's been like so tired and stuff for the past month, which I don't know how to feel about this. Obviously, Jack is not a good guy. If Jack's alive, can't Liam be alive? Maybe? I don't know. I'm also like, if someone's dead, like keep them dead. I don't know, it's more impactful that way, I feel like. She keeps bringing people back from the dead. So we'll see if that happens again. We'll see how that goes for Miss Violet. I will say, so I'm 240 pages in, and I think Xaden has been in like legit like 4 scenes, maybe 5. And I eat up every single scene that he's in, but he's not in a lot. So I'm like, ugh, this isn't fun without him. I want to try to make it at least halfway today, which would be around like 310-ish, because I think there's like 620 pages or something. I work tonight, but not until like 5 o'clock. So I have a whole day before I have to do that. So let's get to it. Okay, so Xaden and Violet are talking with these 3 Griffin Riders, and one of them's name is Kat. She's a little bit spicy. She's a little bit spicy. And she's definitely gonna be like that girl that was mentioned earlier in the book, Catriona or whatever it was. Definitely an old flame of Xaden, so we'll see how this goes. That's what I thought. Okay, so I just read chapter 35, and Dean, I don't know if he killed Varish or Varsh, but he is on Violet's side, it looks like, and Xaden came to save her, and I'm really excited about what Dane just did. I was a little unsure there for a second. He was scaring me a little bit, but that was just so good. Dink. Morning, you guys. It's the next day. I am officially on part 2. I am on page 350, I think. They've brought like a lot of the cadets over to, I don't know, wherever it is that Brennan is staying. So I guess we'll see what happens from here. Wow. All right, I am on page 400, and my thoughts right now. First of all, I can't believe that I have to read another 200 pages. It's just really taking a long time. I'm bored right now. The last 50 pages have been a bore. And like something's happening right now, but I'm still just like, meh. So. Good morning, it's the next day. I'm currently on page 426. And I don't know if any of you guys saw it, but Rebecca Yarros did like an interview. I'm not sure where it was, but she was giving, she gave a quote from the book, and the quote was like, I reached for Dane's belt buckle. And then everybody went crazy. I was hoping it'd be something more fun. So I just reached that quote. And it's actually like not those exact words. I reached for the buckle of Dean's belt and then carefully pulled the leather aside to slip my arm free. Because his belt is her sling. Because she pulled her shoulder out of her socket. I was just hoping it'd be something more fun. Okay, I need to give an update on this book, but my cousin hasn't read it yet, so I didn't want to spoil anything for her. She's out in the kitchen. I'm on page 470, which is chapter 49. And the spice that just happened, like, seemed very inappropriate for, like, what was going on in the book. And it, like, honestly grossed me out. And I also found it very cringy that Xaden was saying that he wanted to be endgame with Violet, because I feel like endgame is like a current term, not something that would be happening like in this fantasy world. I think I'm just liking it less and less. All right, we're looking a little rough right now, but I wanted to give an update because I don't think I did anything yesterday because I was working all day. But I am on page, all right, I'm on chapter 53. I'm on page 496. I really want to finish this book today. I have to work later in the evening, but I think if I really just like sit down and do it, I might be able to finish it. We'll see. If not, tomorrow morning. To be honest, I just want to be with this book so I can read something else because I'm kind of over this. Yeah, I need to get groceries at some point, but I think I'm going to plop down and read this and make some hot chocolate. Okay, so Xaden has 2 signets, is that what it's called? Like 2 powers. And his other one is able to like read minds, or rather read intentions, like before your thoughts or whatever. And I just don't know why Violet is like so mad, because like, you know, he loves you. She's really annoying. And I don't get why she's so upset about this. This whole like, I don't trust you thing that has been throughout the entire book is just really not a fun storyline. It's just really annoying. Good morning, you guys. It doesn't really look like a lot has changed because I'm in the same sweatshirt in the same place, but it's the next day. We are finishing this gosh dang book today. I'm on page 576, so I'm on like my last 50-ish pages, or maybe not even. I don't know, I can't do math that quick. Let's get this thing done. Oh my gosh, I literally cannot get through these battle scenes. I'm like skimming. I'm so bored. All right, that was a little sad when her mom died. I'll give her that. That was kind of sad. So, Xaden is Venom? Let's read the last chapter together. What? So he's a Venom? Okay. I thought Jack died. The second time I thought he died. It's not. Alright, you guys. So let's talk about my final thoughts on this book. Overall, I think we can see the decline throughout as I was reading it. I didn't like this, which is kind of a big bummer. This was pretty big disappointment. I don't remember what I rated the first one. It was either 4 or 4.5 stars. Let me see. Okay, so I rated the first one 4.5 stars. And this one, I'm sitting between like a 2 and a 2.5. I really did not like this. Very disappointing. So it's like some thoughts. Xaden was like barely in the first half of the book, like at all. Like he literally wasn't there. He would come on for like a page and then leave. And when he was there, they were just arguing about not trusting each other and like miscommunication, and then about that cat girl, and I just found it very annoying, and there wasn't any tension between the two or really any chemistry. Like it just didn't feel like the first book at all as far as their romance goes. And then just like the characters in general were so flat. Truly hate Violet. She is the most annoying character. It was so insufferable to be inside of her head. She was just the worst. And I don't remember hating her that much in the first book. Like I know that I said the writing wasn't that good, but the writing in this one was so much more noticeably bad. There were so many lines that were just like so bad. So I did like the first part better than the second part, but I still thought the first part like sucked because Xaden wasn't in it and nothing was really happening. And then the second part I thought was just so boring. Like the book was so long. For what reason? Like it seriously took me so long to read a single page. Like it was just so long, and it really did not need to be. It just felt like a waste of my time. Also like the fact that there were so many characters and I did not know who any of them were. Like she would just introduce a new character and then they'd be gone. Like she would introduce a new character and then like they would die, and I'm like, am I supposed to even care that they just died because I was just introduced to them? Like it was just too much, and it kind of reminded me of reading like a Jennifer L. Armentrout book, but I enjoy her books a lot more. But it needed to be edited down a lot, and I think just overall like the story wasn't that good, and I don't think I'll be continuing the series, to be honest, because I really did enjoy this and I was really skimming through like the last bit where things actually like got interesting. So I don't know if I'll be continuing with the rest of the series, which is a bit of a bummer, but I hope I'm not the only one that ends up feeling this way. I have to look at some other reviews and stuff, but I think some people have kind of been thinking this as well. If you love this book, for you, like I'm happy you really loved it, but I did not. And I think with all those things I just said, I think I'm gonna land at a 2-star. Oh, which is such a bummer. I think that's gonna conclude it for today's vlog, reading this baby. Let me know if you have read this, what your thoughts are. Just give me all your thoughts if you've read this and let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you liked this style of a reading vlog. And I think that's gonna do it for this one. I will see you in the next.